Well, friends, as you can see, my notes here, I just decided to bullshit my way through this particular sermon. Praise God, it's the best kind. There are probably some folks here, some beloved pew packers that don't. It's all full of these. They're all different kinds of weirdos. Well, I'm not going to explain it to you. And then the rest of you, you're all ready in the church. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry that the aliens haven't come and rescued us and taken us off the planet and given us our own giant flying saucers to destroy the world that we paid our $35 for. Yeah. But I'm sure that'll happen, and the reason I'm sure is not because of any scientific facts or anything. Nothing, none of that egghead stuff. It's fake.
Could be Stang or little weak glasses, man.
Actually, not a faith-based religion, but a face-based religion. That face. Wait, anyway, that guy with the pot. That's all this is about. I could go on and on with infinite detail. We have several books and giant 50,000 page websites that go on and on, like any religion does, with all the dogma and the rules and the made-up history of the universe and all that kind of stuff. And ours is better than anybody else, but not because we're smarter. No. We didn't call it Church of the Genius, right? Did anybody notice that? Not Church of the Genius, Church of the Sub-Genius. Well, that means we're not trying to say we're extra smart. And obviously, we're not extra good looking. That's one reason we have all this video distractions and things. And we're not rich. But we have one thing that nobody else has. We've got some of the newcomers here going, okay, right, well, this cartoon face guy with the pipe, okay, that was funny in 1980 for some reason. Well, that's just the very tiniest beginning of it, although it's also the end of it, beginning and end, so it's all about. That's all we care. Anything I say from now on is besides the point, besides the worship of that stupid clip art face. That's what this is all about. But we could also say that the subgenius, actually everybody must have slack, but the subgenius knows the subgenius must have slack. In fact, you'd have to have some slack to begin with in order to be a subgenius by definition. And what's that slack stuff, Reverend Stang? You're not really asking me. Because I can't tell you, and you know that perfectly well. Not even J.R. Bob Dobbs can tell you what your slack is. Your slack is your personal perversion, or your personal hobby, or thing, or tweak, or twist, or the thing that makes you you. It may be horrifying and disgusting to everybody you work with, and they're too polite to tell you, and that's probably the case, no offense. But who cares? That's the important point. Well, there is somebody who cares, and they're trying to take your slack away, and that's the conspiracy. That's your slack. The conspiracy. Well, we could go, oh, I know what he means by the conspiracy. Oh, Bobo, the president, he's the conspiracy. No, what he means is those right-wing Christians, they're the conspiracy. No, friends, the conspiracy is every nice, ordinary, normal person walking down the street. And I'm sorry to say it might even include you and me. Isn't that terrible? But the conspiracy is the thing that makes weirdos feel weird to be weird. The conspiracy is just the force of normality. But we could go on and on about who killed Kennedy and where they hide the UFOs and who was born in the USA and who wasn't and so forth. But those are all minor conspiracies compared to the ones that affect every one of us personally in our daily lives, and that's the goddamn normal people. Fuck those normal people. Fuck them. Well, just because they're normal.
I saw that, motherfucker. I blame abnormal.
Hey, film, video?
I'm not
Yeah.
that weird, actually. I'm a pretty average guy. Just trying to do a job preaching to sinners.
Cheeks. They don't call her cheeks for nothing.
The devil in the middle of a damn bar on Saturday night, just because that's the way we happen to worship in our church in bars on Saturday night, instead of having to get all dressed up in a tight tie, going to Sunday school or whatnot, and look your best and tut on all the people who aren't the right kind of Baptist or the right kind of Methodist or the right kind of sub-genius or whatever, the right kind of Muslim or Jewish conspiracy.
I'm blaming you, motherfucker. It's all Steve-O's fault.
I used to be an angry young man.
You ready for some more?
Now I am a slack-filled old fart. Praise goddamn Bob. It's hard for me to be as angry as I used to be. Thankfully, there are still surviving people who continue to be born long after I was born. And they're facing all the horrible crap that I had to face. We all pretty much, unless you were born rich, which is 1,000 times worse. Most of us have to put up with the conspiracy most of the time. And what the Church of Sub-Geniuses here is basically we're a pep talk to keep you from killing yourself at least until the aliens come, which we know is going to happen this July 5th, 1998. We're assuming that this year is, but you know, that's the problem. The conspiracy is so powerful that we don't really know for sure what year this is. Can you prove this is planet Earth?
Yep.
I've got it. We have a book. It's out of print now, but it proves that this isn't planet Earth, that Earth was switched with Mars. And during using World War II as a distraction so nobody would notice. Because the conspiracy had used up the old Earth and turned it into a rusty, horrible mess. So they moved it out further out in the orbit and pulled that old Mars planet in. You know, whoa, this is close to the sun. It's all fairly nice for the next, 5-6 years before the weather gets really bad. I believe I've lived long enough to read that the very last white rhino capable of reproducing has died. Yeah. Next it will be the mountain gorillas. And praise